I've said this many times before, and I'll say it again, just in case anybody didn't get the memo. I have very low tolerance for stupidity, especially people who wish to inflict their idiocy onto me, okay? I'll give it back to them and taro them cow. If you want to learn something, don't learn from a third-year master student who's a MO, medical officer, who's taught by a third-class lecturer in a third-tier university in the third world. You want to learn anything, find out who's the world's leading expert in the subject and learn from them. This is something KK Chan and I agree on. You know, we read research papers, we go and find out who's the world's experts in such and such, and we read from them, we find out from them. And the best thing is, these people who are the world's leading researchers in their respective fields are very proud of their work. They go on podcasts. Some of these podcasts are like the Andrew Huberman podcast or the Alex Fridman podcast. They'll talk for 2 or 3 hours, about their work. So you can get all this information from free on YouTube. And many of them, when they publish a book, they want to publicize the book, so they get interviewed by these podcasters. You have to find credible podcasters like Dr. Rhonda Patrick, whose podcast is called Found My Fitness and all that. You must find out who are the top people and get information from them. I got no tolerance for all these TikTokers, personal trainer. Every personal trainer and their dog also got a TikTok channel, want to be influencer and all that. Influencers are people who are paid to talk something. They got an agenda because somebody paid them to say something. I don't want to sell some ubat, some supplement, whatever lah. Okay, so don't listen to these influencers. You must contact what we call key opinion leaders. Okay, these are the people who win gold medals, Nobel laureates, the leading professors in their subject. You learn from them lah. Like vitamin D, you go and find out from Michael Holick. He is the world's leading expert on vitamin D. I've got all his books. They're all uploaded to the Telegram channel. You can download. Okay, you want to learn about diabetes? You learn from Cyrus Khambatta. He has a PhD in nutritional biochemistry. He's also a disciple of Thomas Colin Campbell. If you don't know who Thomas Colin Campbell is, he's America's leading nutritional biochemist. Okay, all these people who talk about diabetes is, like on TikTok, whatever, most of the time they're talking nonsense lah. Okay, so you go and watch that video I posted earlier by Cyrus Khambatta, and you'll understand diabetes exactly how it's meant to be understood. Okay, I first watched this video on October 17, 2018. The very next day I started on this whole food plant-based diet. Okay, that's how influential it was. So you do yourself a disservice if you do not read his book or watch the video or follow his YouTube channel. He also got a website lah, and he runs courses also, not cheap, about $300 US a month. So I paid one time, a few years back. I saved up for a year, to what do you call it, to do his online course. But then I found out, the same information you can find for free lah, because you watch his videos. I've got playlists of all his videos lah, so you can watch lah. I got thousands of playlists, and all of them curated by me. I found out who's the world leader by a particular subject and I put there. Some subject I'm not interested in because I don't have disease, I don't have lah. Like glaucoma, I don't have glaucoma, so I don't do research on glaucoma. But as far as type 2 diabetes is concerned, insulin resistance, I find out who's the world's leading expert. I compare them, and then I make playlists. You need to decide for yourself what makes sense, because your brain is very funny one, no. It'll only do what makes sense to you. So if it doesn't make sense, it will ignore the thing. So you read from a lot of read from a lot of people and follow what makes sense for you. If it doesn't make sense, you have what in psychology we call cognitive dissonance, so it won't work one. You have to understand what's going on. Then the magic happens, because when you understand what's going on, that in itself cures you. That's the underlying principle of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. That's another kettle of fish lah. But if you want to know about CBT, go and watch or read David D. Burns. He's the leading expert on self-help cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy was developed by Aaron Beck, but Aaron Beck writes for clinicians, psychiatrists, psychologists, all that. His work is not very accessible. It's David D. Burns, who makes it more accessible for the layman. And most of his books are self-help, do-it-yourself kind of books. And he's also got YouTube channel and podcast as well.